Good morning from Nagasaki. I am today's host, Yukino Yamaguchi from Nonix Tokyo. This live streaming is organized and presented by ICAN and Peace Board. Here I am at Urakami Cathedral in the Urakami district in the northern part of Nagasaki City. 79 years ago, an atomic bomb was dropped by the United Nations and exploded. Of the 240,000 estimated population of Nagasaki City at that time, approximately 74,000 people were killed and 74,909 people were injured. In the past, people suffered from atomic bomb sickness caused by the heat, blast, and the radiation of the bomb. Even though who survived the bomb attack suffered from various illnesses as the time went on, and many are still suffering today. This place where I am standing now is 500 meters from the hypercenter. The main building that stood there was destroyed. At the time, there were about 15,000 devotees here in Urakami area. About 2/3 of them, which means 10,000 devotees died. The building you see now is the Urakami Cathedral, which was rebuilt after the war. There are many people inside the cathedral, and they're keeping silent and pray for the time of the 11:02. And some people look around the statue and monument of which was a bomb exploded. Visiting the bombed city leads to an even stronger sense of the crisis. At the moment, the peace ceremony is being held in Nagasaki Peace Park, and various memorial ceremonies are being held throughout Nagasaki. In today's live stream, connected with several venues, we will tell you all about what's going on in Nagasaki and how people spend on August 9th. So first, we have Asano-san in the Hypercenter Park. Are you there, Asano-san?
Hi everyone, I am Hideo Asano from the Japan campaign to abolish nuclear weapons. I am at the Hypocenter Park over there. The park is located across the road from the Peace Park, where the Peace Memorial Ceremony is now being held. The creek that you can see now over there has remained since the time of atomic bombing. It is believed that this creek was filled with many people who sought water after the bombing, never to return. The exhibit along the river is called Kids Guernica. This is a project in which children paint their thoughts on peace on canvases which is the same size as the Guernica, an anti-war mural by the Spanish artist Picasso. If you look at the park over there, you can see so many people gathering from various groups. They're having their meetings and delivering peace messages. The central monument over there, which stands directly below the hypocenter, has been visited by many family members of A-bomb victims since early this morning. They put their hand together in front of it. The annual Nagasaki Peace Memorial Ceremony, an opportunity to reflect upon Hibakusha and the atomic bombing in 1945, is overshadowed by diplomatic dispute this year. Some ambassadors of the group of 7 countries skipping the ceremony after Nagasaki City's decision not to invite Israel. It is sad to see the ceremony used politically. We wanted to see them at the ceremony because the purpose of this ceremony is to contemplate peace and the world without nuclear weapons. And listening to Hibakusha is becoming more and more important as their average age is almost mid-80s. In that sense, we're happy to have Hibakusha as our guest today. Ogawa-san, are you there?
Hello, thank you very much, Asano-san. This is Rika Watanabe from Peaceful Speaking, and here it is. He is Mr. Tadayoshi Ogawa, who was exposed to atomic bombing in Nagasaki, radiation at the age of 1. And he was on Peace Boat traveling around the world from this April to July and shared his testimony in 12 countries. He also exhibited the photos he took in Kiev and Chernobyl in Ukraine in order to wish the war in Ukraine ends as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Sorry, I hope you could hear me. But this is Tadayoshi Ogawa, who was exposed to atomic bombing and radiation at the age of 1. So here is Ogawa-san. Now, Ogawa-san, where are you? Where are we now?
はい、ここはですね、長崎市の一番の繁華街、浜の町アーケードでございます。
So this is one of the busiest shopping arcades in Nagasaki called Hamanomachi Shopping Arcade. But why do you spend this moment of atomic bombing here? どうしてここに今いらっしゃるんですか？
はい、ここはですね、私が2009年頃通ってて、黙祷する人がですね、だんだん少なくなって長崎原爆の日が風化しつつあるなという思いで、こちらで今10年ぐらいずっと定点観測での写真を撮っております。
So when I came here around 2009, I noticed that not many people stopped walking for a moment of silence. And so that inspired me to take photographs here on the same spot in the same shopping arcade here for about 10 years now. I started a project called Lest We Forget. For this project, I call for photos from around the world taken at 11:02 on August 9th to remember the time and day when the atomic bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. So, what do you think about this year? 今年どんな感じですか？
そうですね。いつもと違ってっていうか、ちょっと人が少ないかなっていう感じがあります。まあ、もうちょっとしたら、黙祷の時間になりますので、それまでを待とうと思ってます。
I find it less people, less crowded this year, but probably in a few minutes or so, coming close to 11:02, probably we're going to see more people coming, walking across this shopping arcade. いつもは, so normally you are taking photos with your granddaughter, but she's not really well enough today. So what do you think? How do you feel that your granddaughter is working together with you with photos? お孫さんが最近写真を撮ってくださっていると思うんですけど、それをどういうふうに思いますか？
そうですね。その孫がですね、私の活動を継承してくれるっていうことで、2年前から私の手伝ってくれてますので、その若い人のですね、写真がたくさん集まってきております、今は。
Since last 2 years, in the previous 2 years, my granddaughter has been helping me reaching out to the international people to provide their photos taken at 11:02 on August 9th. So that is really wonderful. And also I'm very happy that my granddaughter is, involved in this initiative together with me. So thank you very much, Ogawa-san. And it will soon be 11:02 when the signal rings for silent prayer. We will stop speaking and join in silence for a few moments as a tribute to the dead and pray for peace. And during that moment, Ogawa-san is going to have some pray and have some moment of silence, and at the same time taking some photos of the people in the shopping arcade, like you see here now. So gradually, more and more people are coming out to the shopping arcade because it's 11 o'clock. And he is going to take some photos. So it's going to be 11:02 very soon. I hope you will join our tribute through this live streaming from all over the world. The announcement said it's going to be 11:02 very soon. Okay, at the shopping arcade, very live music is put on again. So, Ogawa-san, how was this year? 今年はどうでしたか？
今年はですね、本当に、今年はですね、本当に黙祷する人が、多かったっていうのは、今、世界中でのその危機感があって、皆さんそういう状況になったのかなと思います。ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much for seeing me taking some photos of the people at the shopping arcade. This year, I found more and more people stopped walking in a shopping center and had some moment of silence. And I believe this is reflecting the international situation there with the conflict and war. So, and then the people thought it's very risky time and a very dangerous time in the world. So I'm very happy to see more and more people thinking about Nagasaki. Thank you very much. So I'm going to have this microphone back to Yukino-san. Are you there? So very luckily, we're going to introduce the young people's initiatives who are working on it. Yukino-san. Yukino-san. Okay, it seems Yukino-san's microphone is not really working well. Asano-san, are you ready yet? Sorry. So please introduce what you have been doing and the events that you are doing tonight. Thank you. Asano-san, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Rika-san. All right, getting back to the Hypo Center Park, I am Hideo again. And in April of this year, we, the Japanese civil society members, collectively launched a new campaign called Japan Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons to get Japan sign and ratify the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, or the so-called TPNW. This is a nationwide cross-generational campaign that includes young people like me and long dedicated campaigners such as Hibakusha. We engage with citizens as well as politicians and experts as well. On August 5th, a day before Hiroshima Day, we had a roundtable discussion with Japanese parliamentarians from all the major political parties to discuss what Japan should do to advance the nuclear disarmament. The main topic in that conversation was how Japan should engage with the TPNW in a constructive manner. And the vast majority of the participants said that Japan should participate in the third meeting of the State Party to the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, which will be held in March next year. Also, this afternoon, we will hold our first TPNW forum in Nagasaki by inviting Japanese nuclear arms control and disarmament experts to discuss what challenges Japan needs to overcome in order to join the TPNW and what's the way forward. And nuclear weapons abolition has been the long-standing wish of Hibakusha, and we strongly believe that Japan should lead the world by joining the TPNW to realize the world without nuclear weapons. The ongoing military conflict in Ukraine and Gaza are a stark reminder for us that as long as nuclear weapons exist, those weapons could be used again. Do you believe that nuclear weapons protect us and protect our future? This is a question that I would like to ask each one of you, to contemplate today on the day of August 9th. Hopefully, Yukino-san is back now. And Yukino-san, are you there?
Yes, sorry for the trouble.
Great.
Thank you. So I will introduce about our activity. So 11 people from Nagasaki, including 3 Hibakusha, conducted a testimonial and dialogue tour around the US in the last November to tell the Hibakusha's testimonies and importance of nuclear abolition, especially to the US citizens. This project was thought and launched by Masao Tomonaga, who is Hibakusha and who has been dedicated to gain medical assistance for the Hibakusha for a long time. The project, called Hibakusha Mirai Project, Hope and Healing Tour, is meant to heal the emotional scars of the war survivors and to think together for peace beyond our nation. I attended as the 3rd generation of Hibakusha and did conversation with many years and people in over 20 places such as school and local authorities. As the reaction to listen to the Hibakusha's testimonies, people seems like moved and impressed. We, the tour member, received kind encouragement toward our challenging this testimonial tour. We got some such compliments that we got some supportive attitude toward having nuclear weapons and has been asked a little bit critical questions of the nuclear security. I could see the different backgrounds of historical educations, beliefs, and I learned the importance of being tolerant and make efforts to understand about unknown cultures. This 2-week trip across the US cities, across the 3 US cities, was recorded as a documentary film and was screened for the first time in Nagasaki last month. In the future, we would like to show these films in Tokyo and other cities as well, and report on the tour to create the opportunity for more people to know about this project and the thoughts and feelings of the Hibakusha as well. I would be happy if you keep an eye on our activities. Thank you, Asano-san.
Asano-san, can you speak?
All right. Thank you, Yukino-san and Rika-san. And thank you so much all for joining us today. We hope this live streaming inspired and encouraged you to learn more about the humanitarian consequences of nuclear weapons and long-term suffering that Hibakusha had to face, and is now still facing. Let's take actions from today and work together to achieve a world without nuclear weapons. Thank you so much all for joining us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Go ahead. Bye-bye. So please.